Hello, everyone, and welcome to today's reading. Of course, you know me as Stan, the Shadow Seeker, and in this reading, I am going to be doing a general tarot reading for my beautiful collective that I channel in every single week. We are still following the schedule of Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and I do hope that everyone is finding these readings enjoyable and that they are connecting in a very personal way. But whatever you do, trust your intuition and only take the messages that you feel guided, that you feel are for you, and leave what doesn't connect for someone else that truly needs it. So, with that said, we are just going to be jumping into this reading here. And I'm still using the Energy Oracle deck that is new that I received. And I am really, really loving the energy of this deck. I do feel that it really is helping to create a lot of tailored messages for many people in the collective because I really feel like I'm channeling into deeper threads of energy here. So, okay. I just want to take a little moment here just to kind of breathe because this week has been really, really, I guess, crucial, or it just feels a little heavy. So if some of you are feeling heavy right now at the moment, just take time out for yourself to breathe. Just, you know, take a moment to really understand your surroundings. Do whatever you need to do to feel grounded. So, okay. Let's just channel into what it is the collective needs to know and what they need to hear after we take that moment. Okay, so shuffling the energy oracle cards, I intend to draw three, and we're going to see what comes out here for everyone. Okay, so we have the all tied up card in the reverse position, and we have adjacent possibilities reversed. And we have the walking away card reversed as well. Okay, so, hmm. So, what I am feeling here, just with this spread of cards, it really feels like the strongest thread of energy for the collective at the present moment in time. And I do want to elaborate on that a little bit. I do intend for all of the readings to be timeless. So, when they do come across you or you feel guided to listen to them, it is with the intention that they connect when you hear them. So that's how timeless these readings are for those of you that may not listen to them right away as they're posted. But the energy I am sensing with this spread here is that most of you in the collective are really freeing yourselves from old restrictions. You're really dissolving a lot of internal restraints, a lot of old emotional bondage is lifting. I'm sensing a lot of karmic ties are loosening, a lot of energetic ties between certain individuals in your life are weakening. So there's an inner liberation that is coming through for you, is what it feels like. And so the weird thing is, and it's not really weird, but like there's this energy here where it feels that some of you are not actually seeing the opening that spirit or your higher powers are providing for you right now. So this can come across in many different ways, like tunnel vision or fear of making the wrong move or an internal fear or blockage when it comes to new opportunities because you're delving into old habits, you're repeating the same choices, but you're expecting new results. You're staying on familiar paths out of comfort and not from alignment. And so, what it feels here is that if you stay on this path, it's like you're ignoring these signs. You're not recognizing divine alignment right now for you because something has really shifted here. And because you have tunnel vision, and this isn't for everyone, but because you have tunnel vision, it's like you're not seeing opportunities that are presenting themselves. You're not seeing the divine alignment. You're not seeing the signs that your soul tribe, your spirit team, your guides are giving you right now. And with the walking away card, spirit is really highlighting like this fear of departure. And it's emotional, it's mental, it's physical. So I'm just sensing like little threads of energy here where it's like someone holding on to something that's already energetically dead. There's this fear of leaving your comfort zone. There's this concept of like staying in situations that don't really nourish the soul. Someone is really just really resistant to step into this next chapter. So basically, what it is the next chapter is here, the next chapter is now, but you're afraid to take that extra step to really cross over into that threshold of what this new energy is. And I feel like this is different for everyone. I feel like there are some of you that are just so close, but there's also some of you that continuously spiral into these old habits because once you get super close to that door, it's like just the thought of opening the door terrifies you because you don't know what's on the other side. I know that's going to connect for someone in a very personal way, but there's just this apprehension energy. There's this like fear, and it's coming from within. It's like this internal doubt. It's like this need to know what's on the other side. But spirit is really saying right now to just trust the flow state, trust the process of what's happening in the now moment. And the more you actually surrender to that, the more things are going to be aligned and the quicker they'll be aligned for you. So, yeah, it feels really heavy. It feels actually a little stagnant. So, for some of you, you might be experiencing delays in the physical. Okay, but switching to the tarot here. Okay, so we have three cards here. Okay, so we have death reversed, then we have the lovers reversed, and we have the five of swords in the upright position. Okay, so yeah, it's very clear here that there's this cycle, this pattern, and for some of you, a connection that has reached its natural endpoint. But many of you are refusing to accept it. Many of you are really clinging to old emotional bonds, to old identities, old expectations. You're really hoping that by being in this energy that's already expired, that you've already expanded out of, that something can be repaired or revived. So, Spirit is really saying here with the Death card that the chapter's closed. Whether you're acknowledging it or not, it's closed. It's closed, like spiritually speaking, and it's showing up in the physical that it's closed. So, there's no need to really hang on to it because in doing so, you're just hanging on to something that is just not nourishing for you. It's not for your highest good. And so for many of you, this really is something that deals with love. It really is with the lover's card, but this can be other aspects of your life as well, friendships, family, even a work dynamic. But something that once felt aligned is no longer matching your frequency right now. You've expanded to this higher frequency of being. You have expanded into something that is allowing quicker manifestations to come in the 3D in so many aspects of your life. Essentially, you are where you need to be right now. You are meant to be wherever you are in your spiritual journey right now. But many of you are making this choice that is very energetically incompatible. You are really trying to invest in something that is unequal. You're trying to invest in something that is no longer supporting your personal and spiritual growth. So, Spirit would be saying right here to not force harmony where harmony no longer exists. And that is definitely for those of you that are in some sort of relationship dynamic with either a divine masculine, a divine feminine, in a romantic sense. But this definitely this energy definitely carries over into other aspects of a connection. Someone that you might have a high level soul contract with, or a high level soulmate, or someone that is really pushing your boundaries in a certain sense, or they have pushed your boundaries in a certain sense, and it's forced you to expand into this new frequency, so to speak, or they were the catalyst into you being into this new frequency that you're embodying right now, or that you will be embodying once you make a choice. And really, the choice is up to you. But with the Five of Swords here, okay, for many of you, the conflict is still looping. There's repeated arguments, there's misunderstandings, there's a lot of ego clashes, silent battles. So there's a lot of where this conflict that is not meant to be resolved, it's meant to be walked away from. But for many of you, you want to stay in the conflict because that's comforting somehow. And it's really weird to say that, but it's like you take comfort in the chaos or in the conflict because it's like the peace is just so foreign to you in a sense. But the reality is the cycle is over. So some sort of connection is just misaligned right now. And the conflict is really the proof, not the problem, if that makes sense. But the spirit would be saying here very firmly that it's time for you to stop holding on. It's time to stop negotiating with the misalignment. It's time to stop trying to force unity where the separation that had happened with this other individual or group of people, for some of you, this was divinely guided. This was for divine protection. Essentially, you manifested that, you asked for that. Now, I think it's worth seeing exactly where you would end up if you are to continue to ignore the signs that Spirit has clearly put out for you and your guides. And so let's just draw some cards here and see where you'll be based on that particular energy. And okay, we have the King of Swords reversed. So this is showing me that by ignoring the signs, many of you are going to be slipping into mental cloudiness, poor judgment, self deception. So that basically would be like a warning where it's like decisions will be driven by emotion, fear, ego, rather than clarity. So communication becomes really distorted or blocked. And someone may manipulate the narrative, or where it's this energy rather where many of you in the collective may lie to yourselves to avoid facing the truth about something, especially if it is connecting in a romantic sense or in a divine connection. So essentially, you would be losing your inner compass, basically. That's what would happen. And okay, we have the Ace of Wands reversed. So this would be loss of momentum. This would be the spark going out. This would be the stagnation of opportunities. And so ignoring the signs would mean with this card, inspiration is dried up, motivation collapses, passion becomes burnout, and a path that should be ignited, it really fizzles out. So it's really energy stagnation behind this card. So this would be spirit saying to you, if you don't shift now, if you don't align with what spirit put out for you, the door closes for a while. So there's a major, major energy blockage. Excuse me. Okay. Now with the 10 of Cups upright, the next card. So this is interesting. Okay. So this is showing here that emotional fulfillment still actually exists, but you would have to go through a misalignment phase. And that misalignment phase is actually your choice if you choose to stay in that particular energy blockage. We all have free will. So if you choose to do this, this is basically saying that fulfillment will come, but not before all of this chaoticness or this lower vibrational energy, this energy that you really have been expanded out of, but you keep choosing to go back to. It would be your choice for how long you want to stay there. And really, you could align so much quicker if you chose to do that. But for some of you, you might really be taking comfort in whatever lower vibrational energies that you were once entangled into. And it's really just out of comfort. It's out of this fear of being in this expansion. I'm also feeling this energy of like not really like integrating something as well. So, wow. It just feels really like convoluted in a sense. It feels really like this trapping type of energy, but it's like you are trapping yourself. You're choosing that. Okay, so based on this energy, we should see if you choose the higher path, what is most likely to happen. And okay, we have the Ace of Cups upright, which is a beautiful energy card. We have the Nine of Pentacles upright, and then we have the Magician reversed. So, so basically, what's been guided here is this new emotional beginning, this deepness of self worth, this sense of real independence. All these things you've manifested, these things that you want to be truly aligned with, these energy dynamics. Everything that you are desiring is manifesting and it's happening in the present moment, but there's still some sort of doubt that's lingering. But whatever this doubt is, it's not blocking what's truly aligned for you because all of these things that you've been manifesting, all these things that you've been desiring, your freedom, your peace of mind, clarity, being able to feel liberated, all of that is in true alignment. And so it's like your prayers now are really answered for whatever it is that you're going through, especially again, if it's connecting with romance and these divine connections. So you're not trapped. You're just really hesitating. And really, Spirit is just showing us here in this entire spread to just let go of what's ending and choose what's aligned because a new emotional beginning and real independence awaits. It really awaits on the other side of that door. Okay, so I just felt the need to take another little pause there, a little deep breath, because I'm just feeling a sense of overwhelm. And I really feel like a lot of people in the collective are really overwhelmed by something, and whether that's not necessarily something that you are fully acknowledging, this is definitely like a subconscious type of energy. Like I'm sensing like lower vibrational shadow type of energy, and it's just something that you're choosing not to really bring to the forefront, and in doing so it's creating a blockage for some of you. But for many of you, though, I do feel that you are actually choosing alignment. I do feel like you are just taking your time with it. You are just not rushing into things or rather not forcing a particular outcome. And that's actually where you are meant to be right now. And in doing so, it will allow things to flow so much more quicker, faster, and in much more alignment for you. And you'll start seeing a lot of things shift for you so dramatically and so quickly in the 3D. And again, these are just the prayers that you've been asking for. You've been really aligning yourself with spirit, and it's definitely showing. It's definitely showing, and it's going to be coming at you in just lightning speed. And really, you'll just feel so relieved. You'll feel so liberated, so loose, so fancy free in a sense. So I'm just sensing a really true, beautiful energy. But again, for some of you, it's just going to take some work. It's going to take a lot of really just trusting the process and just allowing things to really just flow. And so it's really up to you on how you do that. But okay, so what I am channeling here towards the end of the reading here, see, I want to get a feeling of what the most likely outcome is for you for what you choose. And again, everyone has free will. So whatever you decide to do is completely up to you. But we are just channeling and seeing what energies come out. What's the most likely outcome for everyone in the collective? And so we're still doing the threes here. Okay. So we have here the Three of Swords reversed. We have the Three of Cups in the upright position. And wow, okay. The Three of Pentacles in the upright position as well. So 333, that's definitely the angel number for this reading here. So yeah, this is very clear for most of you in the collective. What I am sensing here, what I'm feeling is that healing, reconnection, cooperation, those are the most aligned concepts that are happening for you for the collective here. And so what I'm sensing is that you're most likely to choose healing. And in doing so, you'll be finding a lot of supportive people that are going to be helping to really co-create a lot of beautiful things for you. They're really going to be giving you a lot of emotional support, a lot of new foundations in so many different opportunities, emotionally speaking. And I'm sensing for some of you too that you'll be rebuilding connections that actually really matter for you in all aspects of your life. So you're really creating something very meaningful and you're choosing to expand away from that conflict energy. So it's just very beautiful. It's a very beautiful energy that you are just allowing in for yourself. And this is where you're meant to be. This is where you're meant to be aligned. And in doing so, so many beautiful things will be coming. And it's just going to be so profound just as soon as you open that door. So, okay. So, with that, we will be concluding the reading here. And I want to thank everyone so much for extending their beautiful high vibrational energy to the reading. Normally, we end with an oracle card, but I do feel that we should just conclude the reading here, just on that note, because this is really actually beautifully aligned energy. And I feel like it's really straightforward too. So it's definitely a beautiful energy to be basking into. All you have to do is just surrender and open the door. So it's really just up to you, the choice that you make for yourself, for your peace of mind. So with that, I definitely want to extend lots of love, light, and happiness. I do hope everyone has a wonderful and beautiful weekend, and I will see you in Monday's reading.